He'll be introducing this year's Spirit of the Jaguar awardee, Lorraine Ballard, class of 2013 and 2014. John?
Good afternoon. My name is John Sanchez. I'm Executive Director here at the University. And in true pandemic fashion, today was the first day I actually got to meet Lorraine in person. Yeah, we met probably last November virtually, and then we kept up, and I nominated him and never met the guy, and just knew that he was awesome just through the online facing, so I'm glad to have met you finally today, and it's just natural that we know each other, so congratulations on your award today. But Lorraine, I consider him a pioneer. All of you are pioneers as alumni, right? But he is a pioneer in alumni giving, because we don't really have the long tradition of alumni giving back monetarily to philanthropic issues and things of that sort, and Wayne has truly stepped up in the last year. As you have seen the trend, and during the pandemic, lots of people started giving, because they felt that made them closer to an organization or something of the sort, and Wayne truly stepped up last Giving Tuesday for us. He surprised me. I can say shocked probably, because we were doing a whole online social giving day, and he stepped up and said, I want to donate $2,000 and have a challenge match for other people to, give that amount. And I was like, it just came out of nowhere. It was just a comment. And then I called him and I said, are you serious? Are you a real person? I wasn't sure. But he was a real person, and he really, just that phone call alone it touched my heart, and it touched everybody in our office's heart that he wanted to do something so beautiful for the university. And when I talked to him about what inspired me to do it, he said, because Anna San Antonio has given me so much and has given me everything that I owe them today. He graduated here in 2013 with his undergrad, in 2014 with his master's degree right after it, and he's been nothing but exuding the Jaguar spirit, and that's why I nominated him, because he's just that kind of guy. He just stepped up to the plate and did what he needed to do, just because he wanted to lift up the university. It wasn't about himself. He's a very selfless person. Even him accepting this award today, he probably was a little hesitant about it, but he's here because he wants to raise the profile of the university. And for that enough in itself is deserving of the full award. So, one of the quotes that he told me too was something that his dad said to him, was that education is something that can't be taken away from you. And that really struck me, because he himself has been interning, having interns at the office at Lineberger where he works. He's had 50 interns come through there because of his efforts. So he really is giving back in that fashion as well, not just monetarily to things. He's also involved with the David Molak Foundation. And so in the cyber world, of course, is where he works, but he's also trying to make the cyber world a better place. David Molak is all about combating cyberbullying. Right, and so he's trying to create a safe space there as well. So he's in all aspects of that cyber world. So congratulations. We really appreciate you being here today and being such a dedicated person in the community. So you're very deserving of this award. So come on up, Lorraine.
Well, first of all, thank you all very much for being here. It's an honor to be selected for the Spirit of a Jaguar Award. Thank you to John, Dr. Cooper, Dr. Madison. It's really just an honor just to be here. And as John was saying, this was even hard for me to be here because I personally don't like the spotlight. I prefer to make sure I give back to others and not the attention to be on me. But that's what has always attracted me to Texas A&M San Antonio, because it's always about a community. And when I say community, Texas A&M embodies the term community, not by the definition of community, but through its spirit and its actions. It's a community of inclusion, diversity, as well as opportunity. I mean, just sitting up here listening to Saw's great speech, everything that she talked about was the community. Saw didn't talk about herself. She talked about her family. She talked about her friends. She talked about people that brought her along in this journey. And that's what A&M is about the community. It's not about the individual, it's about the community. And it's very impressive to think that Texas A&M community isn't one of long history. Texas A&M recently just started from 2007 with a donation of 700 acres here. So we're talking less than, 10 or 15 years, how fast this community has grown. It wasn't until approximately 2015 that I believe Dr. Madison received her appointment here. So 5, 6 years that she's been here? And look how much growth we've had since then. I mean, right now, Texas A&M is always recognized for its work with the community, for its work with the veterans, the work with the military, as well as having an affordable degree. We hear so many times now where we talk about the cost of education increasing, but Texas A&M has always focused on keeping those costs down. Why? Because it's beneficial to the community. I mean, right now, I believe there's over 6,500 active students and over 8,000 alumni. That's very impressive within, 10 or 15 years. When I was here in 2014, I think that was when we first hit our 5,000 students. And then just a few years after that, here are 6,500 students, 8,000 alumni. It's very impressive. Recently, a few weeks ago, where University Health purchased 70 acres adjacent from here for about $10 million, that it's not about the number of students here. It's not about the money that is spent. It's about the long-term impacts that a community has. You can say, well, 6,500 students now. It's not just about 6,500. It's about the future generations that are also going to benefit from this. That's where we talk about paying it forward or having generational wealth. And that is started by having a community. So I alone am just very proud to be a part of this community. I mean, I try to give back in many different ways, whether it be through the university or organizations that mean a lot to me, such as Meals on Wheels, the Shadane Foundation. I was talking with Dr. Matson over lunch that, I went with Henry Cisneros a few years ago to Japan, where we took 10 high school students, where we taught them about international relations, foreign relations, because it's not about the local community here, but the global community that we're all a part of. So those type of programs mean a lot to me. Just like John mentioning, being part of the David Molak Foundation, how can I help these students navigate through social media? It's a very difficult navigation, but they do a great job of doing that as far as trying to help students dealing with cyberbullying. So anything that I can do to help these students, I try to do all that I can. I try to help students. I mean, I feel like I'm regurgitating what John said because he did such a great job of saying everything. But just, helping with mentoring students, giving them internships, because many of us were afforded an opportunity to be in the positions that we are. I'm very fortunate. I know I've worked hard, but I know I'm very fortunate because somebody gave me an opportunity. At some point, somebody gave John an opportunity to lead alumni affairs. Someone gave Dr. Cooper an opportunity to lead alumni affairs. Someone gave Dr. Max an opportunity to lead the university. These are positions we didn't have before. We've all worked hard, but we're also very fortunate. If we didn't get those opportunities, who knows where our lives, our careers would be. But I think we've all proven to be great leaders in the positions that we are. So I try to make sure I give back, because I always believe in building a longer table and not a taller fence. That's very important. You know what I mean? I got here, but how do I invite other people to this table? I got to this table. I want to make sure I give other people a voice, give them an opportunity, because someone gave me an opportunity. I want to make sure I give that back, and I try to do that. And that's something that is about the spirit of the Jaguar, because we couldn't be here without the continued support and love. John and I were talking on Zoom the other day, and we said, no matter how old you get, your mother's going to be in the front row, and here's my mother here. I'm up here feeling like a fifth grader because my mom's in the audience watching me. But of course, I have my family here, my love, Johnson, right here, who's always been supportive of me. I couldn't do this without her. I am who I am because of her. And then I'm also here with Michael, Nancy, family that couldn't be here. Lucy, she couldn't be here. Family in Los Angeles, brother, sister, family all over. I appreciate my community. My community here, the great relationships I've formed at TAMUSA, the relationships that I've met with people here in this room. I just met Saul 15 minutes ago. Yeah. But I've learned that we have many similarities, and it all comes back to the community. And like I said, I was very impressed because all she talked about was her community. That's all she talked about, her family. She didn't say, I did this, I did this. No, she said, I'm here, my family supported me. So, and it's great to see her family here. You know, I look forward to talking to some of her family here. Talk about her brother Tyler. So, Tyler the photographer, I learned about Tyler. So, once again, I'd just like to say, I thank you for selecting me. I'm very proud to be part of the TAMUSA Jaguar family. I'm proud to represent TAMUSA, and I really look forward to representing TAMUSA in future projects and endeavors. John and I were talking about a program that he's currently working on, and we're talking about collaborating later this semester, how I can help him with his program. You know, so I want to make sure I give back in that way. So I want to make sure that I help the TAMUSA community, and I want to make sure that we all build our legacy, but at the same time giving opportunities to the next generation. So thank you very much.